Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sip and Talk with Ayush. My name is Ayush Alhad, and if you're new here, we talk about self development and how to be a better version of yourself. This topic, we are going to be talking about how to overcome loneliness or the fear of being alone. Naturally, humans are social creatures, and we constantly crave for other people's attention and validation. But basing your life decisions and your life entanglement on that human validation or what other people say or what other people need to make you believe is not the way forward. So in today's video, I'm going to be dissecting how to overcome the fear of being alone, because being alone, it's kind of a blessing, not really a failure or something that we need to desperately try to change or overcome. When we find ourselves alone, it's not because we have a flaw in our character or because other people don't like us or because we are doing something bad in our life. For example, sometimes you can find yourself surrounded with a lot of people, maybe your family, friends, even a partner. And sometimes you can find yourself being alone. That is because we can't actually control how other people think. And not everybody is meant to think the same way you do. And your hobbies, your aspirations, your obsessions, your goals in life might differ from one person to another. So those things might make you really feel alone in a group of a lot of people, which is also another reason why we shouldn't be afraid of being alone. Secondly, being alone at the same time, I feel like it's a blessing instead of trying to make desperate connections with other people. For example, a lot of us find ourselves being afraid of being lonely or being alone, which makes us get desperate for relationships or trying to form connections with other people. Let's say making new friends or trying to get full partners and all that. These connections and usually end up being meaningless or very, very shallow because it's not really your person. You're just afraid of being alone. So that's why you just try to get into a relationship or get or start being friends with someone just because you don't want to be alone. I personally believe that being alone, it's really, really important, or it's an important phase in our life. We can't always be alone, but having the blessing, or rather having the opportunity to be alone sometimes in life is really, really necessary for your personal growth and your personal development, because you are the only person who is really, really going to love and understand yourself, because you are the only person that have the same hobbies, the same obsession, the same goals with yourself. You are the only person that really understand what you want out of life. You're the only person that you can count on. So having to sit down with yourself to understand those feelings, where it is going, where everything is coming from, what you like, what you love, and what you want to do with your future is really important, because a lot of times we get carried away with people, having connections with people, always trying to hang out with friends, hang out with our partners, go for family reunions, class reunions, and all. We hardly find time to sit with ourselves and really understand. And as time goes on, we try to form connection and codepend on really these people, even on things where we can do alone. How many times have you really just wake up and say, I want to do something today, and you call your friends or your siblings or your partner, and their schedule was hectic? A lot of times we just cancel because we really don't want to do that alone. But having your own thoughts together and being alone, being comfortable with yourself being alone, it's really, really going to help you do things like you enjoy without having to constantly need someone to be there. Also, I personally believe that we came to this world alone and we're going to die alone. And at the end of the day, you don't really, really have anybody other than yourself, no matter how much everyone around you love you, or no matter how you don't have anybody around you. At the end of the day, it's you versus you. So you can't really you can't really control how people think. What you can do is control how you think and what you mindset you have and how you want to behave around others. So when you constantly crave for people's attention and validation, it comes out as desperate. You come off as desperate when you're having relationship issues, or when you are trying to get into a relationship. You coming off to, or you're going to meet you trying to get into the relationship you make your desperation known when you're really, really afraid of being alone. Having the importance of being alone and having your alone time and trying to understand yourself on your own is that you know what you want out of life, you know what you want to get out of life. So even when you are ready for a relationship, or you are ready to like make more friends, or you're ready to take your relationship with the people you know to the next level, you know what you want out of it. You don't just compromise to anything that they want to do just because you are afraid of rejection, so you don't end up being alone at the long end run. So another important reason for being alone is that it's kind of temporary. I feel like most people, except people that don't want to like have companionship for the rest of their life, it's very, very temporary. For example, you just left a relationship, you're definitely going to get into another relationship and maybe end up getting married with kids. As you get older, your life keeps getting populated. You meet more friends, more you meet maybe, let's say, your kids, your husband's family, and all your partner's family, and you keep getting acquainted to like a lot of people. And end of the day, you might not really get to have that alone time you really had now. So it's really important to appreciate that, so you get to understand the dynamics of life and really, really be your own person before you even start becoming another person's person. So back to the topic of being alone. Let's take an example of people who are currently in relationships. These are the common problems we have with many people. So you get up one day and you don't have anyone to talk to. You from morning to night, you are scrolling on your phone and you really feel bored and lonely, and you just feel like, okay, I need someone to talk to. So you either go out to make a friend, or you go out to like just put yourself in a dating scene, so get someone to like you. Those that is really going to come off as a red flag, because you are not really ready for that relationship. You're not ready for the commitment. You are not ready for like being putting another person's feelings, or like prioritizing that person. You're not ready for that. You just wanted to stop being alone, and that is really real selfish of you, and like it's not fair on the person that you want to go and date. And you just jumping from, you might not end up finding that connection at the end, and you just end up jumping from one person to another, just chasing meaningless connection. While on the other hand, when you relax, get to know yourself, know what you want in life, you understand that yes, right now I'm not in a relationship, and that it's fine, because I do enjoy my company and I can go out myself and have fun, and I can stay in the house all day without being bored. Like I can find other things to do. Apart from being introverted, there are a lot of people that still think staying in house it's way to go. I'm not like, I'm very, very introverted, so like my idea might bias, but at the same time I feel like staying at home and scrolling all day or like watching movies is not really spending time alone. It's just you trying to escape your thoughts. But when you stay, you actively do hobbies like let's say poetry, or like let's say knitting. These are hobbies or like things that make you sit down with your thoughts, because when you're knitting, you basically don't really use your brain to like knit through it. You just like freestyle it, and you really have time to like think and understand yourself better, understand what you like, understand what you are willing to do, how far you're willing to go in your life. Because a lot of times when you even ask people what they really want out of life, they don't, because they are busy trying to like chase meaningful unmeaningful connections with other people in their life. Maybe it's trying to like keep friendship that are way long gone, try desperately to hold a relationship despite being in a toxic situation. They can't really step back and say, okay, this person is not really treating me right, because they are afraid if they speak up, it's going to all come down crashing, or like it's going to end, and that'll be the end of it, and we'll go back to being alone, which is really, really not a great way of like moving forward in your life. Everything in this life is like meant to end. I understand, like with our friendships and relationships, most of the times we think it's forever and ever. And a lot of times when all those things like come crashing, it feels like the world is ending and all. But that's not the reality. The world might end like that day or like in a few weeks for you, but it doesn't really end like for other people. So other people are still going to go out and like get the job done, get the money, get whatever they want to get, and you're in there like wallowing in self-pity, thinking like that's the end of the world. If you really want to like progress in life and not just sit down lagging behind, you need to like use this as motivation. Use like your friendship breakups or relationship breakups, or like whatever breakup or like whatever mistake or misconception you have in life. Use that as a motivation to like flourish and like push forward, like, and just get everything done in life. life, it's not easy and it doesn't get easier and it should not get easy anytime soon. So quit cobbling and trying to like get people's attention just to like make sure you're like valid to other people. Not everybody likes you. You in fact doesn't like everybody. So it's okay for not everybody to like you. It's okay for nobody to even like you. Like you just being alone and like accept if you have bad character. But like it's okay for you as long as you know what you're doing and like you understand where you're going in life and your conscience is free and you're not doing anything bad to people, you're being kind, normally nice and all. People don't have to like you, honestly. You don't have to move in group, friend group, have a big friend group, be in a relationship because honestly, healthy relationship or like healthy friendship doesn't require you doing too much. You don't need to like go out there like posting pictures, commenting on other people's posts just to like get people to notice you and like have you talk to them or like you talk to them. Genuine relationship and like friendship come naturally. You don't need to like force anything. What is meant to be will find you, even when you're sitting in your room alone. That goes out to say like being confident in yourself and understanding that being alone, it's not something to be afraid of or like not something to run away from is going to change your mindset a lot because there's going to be a lot of disappointment either from work or like with friends or like with relationship, all of that. And if you understand that at any time this test can happen and you internalize it with your mind and like you change your mindset, it's going to be easier for you to like face those things. Because imagine like you've been with your friends for like a while and all of a sudden everything is not going fine and you're really, really afraid of being alone. That is going to really, really damage or like the pushback or the healing you've done for yourself and it's going to really, really set you back. So being comfortable in your own company, knowing how to like be fun for yourself, entertain yourself, and like being accountable on your own mistakes, learning how to like not judge yourself, learning how to understand yourself, love yourself, and all above, learning how to have like self-empathy, like you understand it's okay for you to make mistakes and it's okay for those mistakes to have consequences. All you need to do is learn from their mistakes and move on. So all I am saying in this is that you don't have to run away from being alone or like try desperately to form connections with people because that being alone might be a blessing that you look for like one day. And it's really, really going to help you navigate through life easy because at that point, you're not really going to care about whatever anybody has to say about you. So being alone is kind of very, very important. So this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow my Instagram at Aish Alhats, and I'll see you in my next video.